So this is the first week. Remember, in all the partials we have weeks. So this week number 1, we just have homework in spelling. That is page 146. So it's on Thursday. And music and art, you need to have these materials ready for your class. So this is the week number 1. Why no homework? No.
What?
This is week number 1 class. So, or you want to have more homework in this week?
No,
right? Maybe next week we can have more, but this is just one homework. So enjoy this week, just working on this homework on spelling. Now, be ready with your book class for math.
We're happy.
Yes, you're happy.
Yes.
Okay, have ready your book class. We're going to start with topic number 1 in 4 partial in math, that it's model division with regrouping, that it's on page 177. So open the book, page 177. We're going to continue talking about divisions. Thank you, Lucia. Thank you.
I find it.
You find it? So if you find it, you're going to find the first part. What is it here? Investigate.
I have a question.
Tell me.
¿Por qué a usted le sale blanco y negro? ¿Y por qué a nosotros sí nos salen de
By
color?
color. Remember that this is a copy. The picture of this book, it's a copy, so it's in black and white, and you have the original, so you have colors, that's why. So your book looks better than mine because it's on black and white, but it's the same information. Now, let's start with this. It says model divisions with regrouping. So we're going to start with the first part where it says investigate. It says the librarian wants to share 54 books equally among 3 classes. How many books will she give to each class? So we have here important information that it says 54 books. She wants to share these 54 books equally, it says. Among how many groups? 3 classes. 3 classes, so in 3 groups. So how can we find the answer of this question? How many books will she give to each class? So let's start with the steps. Step number 1, draw 3 circles to represent the classes. So as you can see here in the picture, this boy or girl, she draws 3 circles to represent the classes, the 3 classes. And it says, use the basting blocks, using these blocks, to model the 54. So it's going to be the 54. What do you see here? These blocks. Show the 54 as 5 tens. Remember, according to the place value chart, the 5 it's on the tens and the 4 on the ones. So we show the 54 5 tens and 4 ones. That is an easy way to represent. So first, the 3 circles, and then we have 5 tens. As you can see, we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens and 4 ones. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. 4 ones and 5 tens. Now, letter B, it says, share the tens equally among 3 groups. So this person starts sharing 1 by 1 in each group. 1 group number 1, 1 10 in group number 2, and 1 10 in group number 3. Now, we share the tens equally. We cannot continue sharing these 2 tens because we only have 2, and we need 3. So we just have 1, 1, and 1, and 2 left over. 2 tens left over. But it says step letter C. Letter C, it says, if there are any tens left, we have 2 tens left, regroup them as ones. Share the ones equally among the 3 groups. So again, letter C, it says, if there are any tens left, remember that we have 2 tens left, we need to regroup them as ones and share these ones equally among the 3 groups. So we're going to start sharing these ones. So we have 10 here, so we start putting 1 and 1 in each of them until we share all of them. So now, how many tens do we have in each group, class? In letter C, we need to write the tens and the one. How many tens it has each group? Each group, it has one. Okay, so we're going to write here. There are 1 tens in each group and 1. So right now, we don't know how many ones. So we're going to work on this. So we're going to start sharing one by one. Remember that these are 10, so we're sharing. 1, 1. So we have 10. In this one, we have 10. 10 that we need to regroup as 1. So we share 1 and 1. So we continue, we have 3. We give 2 to each of these groups to have 6 in total. So we continue, now we have 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have 9, but we can continue because we have 10. So we say 10, and we continue sharing now the other 10s, class. The other 10, remember that here we have 10 more because they are left over 2 10s. So we continue giving 1 more to have share this 20 that we have. So each group, it has 4. We have 12, but the goal is to go to 20. So we continue. 5 each group. How many we have? We will have 3 groups of 5, class. 5 times 3. What is the answer of 5 times 3?
15.
15. So we have 15, but we need to share these 20. So we continue giving 1 more to each group. Now we have 16, 17, and 18. Okay, we can continue giving 1 more, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 18, 19, and 20. Now, remember that we have this 20 and we have 4 more. So we say, now we finished to share that 20, but we need to share these 4. So we give 1, 2, 3, and 4. We finished to share these 4 that we have here. Now, how many ones we share, class? How many red do we have in each group?
8.
8. Excellent. So we have 8 ones in each group. So that is the answer here. We have 8 ones and 1 tens. Remember, 1 tens is this one that you see here. 1 tens black. And 8. Why 8? Remember that we have left over these 2 tens. So in letter C, it says, if there are any 10s, so in this case, these 2 10s, regroup them as 1. So we start sharing 1 by 1. Share the ones equally among the 3 groups. So we have this 10 and this 10, 3 groups of 1, and this 4. So we have this 24 to share equally in these 3 groups. So the answer is there are going to be 1 10 in each group and 8 ones in each group. Now the total answer for this, because we completed step letters D, but the answer it says, how many books will she give to each class? How many books, class? How many books each class will have?
18.
18, that's right, excellent. There will be 18 books in each class, perfect. 18 books to each class. Questions, class. Is it clear why it's 18?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you,
No.
Lucia.
No.
No. No. Okay, one more time. Thank you, Rebecca. Now, can we have remembered the information? 54 books into 3 classes. So we have 3 groups, these 3 groups, because the groups represent the classes. So we have 3 classes here, 1, 2, and 3. Now we start regrouping. It says show 54 as 5 tens and 4 ones. So that tens is the one that you see here, this tens. We have 10 blocks here, 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we put 1 in each group, 1 10 in group number 1, 1 10 in group number 2, and 1 10 in group number 3. But they are missing 2. We cannot share equally these 2, so they are left over. But it says step number C, letter C. If there are any tens left, we have 2 tens left, regroup them as one. So when it says regroup them as one, it means that you need to give one by one in each group. So we start giving. In this block, we have 10. Here there are 10. So we start giving from this 10, giving one by one. 1 to group number 1, 1 to group number 2, 1 to group number 3. And we continue until we share the first 10. Then we continue sharing this 10 that we have in block number 2, that it was left over. We continue giving one by one until we share equally this 10. This 10, one by one, until we have shared equally the 10. We finish and we find out that this 10 we finished to share, but we have 4 more. These 4 more we need to share also. So we share one by one of these 4. At the end, once we finish to share this 10 and these 4, we count the 1. So we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 1 10s and 8 1s. So it means I have 1 10 and 8 1. It's 18. That is the number, 18 books. 18 books is going to have each class.
Okay, I have one question more.
Okay.
How many, why you put it 8 in the group, in the 3 group?
8. That is a good question, Rebecca. I shared 8 in each group because remember, I was given one by one. Now, here we have 10 in this group, 10 in this one, and this here left over, we have 10, 10, and 4. How many you have left over, Rebecca? You have 10 plus 10 plus 4, you have 24 left over, right? 24. Yeah. So this 24, you need to share. You are going to give this 24 to each of these 3 groups. So you start giving one by one of this 24 to each group. And if you multiply 3 times 8, it's 24. That's why they have 8. 8 times 3, you have 8 times 3, it's equal to 24. You have 3 groups of 8 equal 24. That's why.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, excellent. Any other question, class? Questions? Nope. Okay, let's go to work on the second part. It's related to the first part. It says, number 1, Khaled. Explain why you need to regroup in step C, class. Remember the step C? It says, if there are any 10s left over, regroup them as 1. Share the ones equally among the 3 groups. Why we need to regroup, class? Why? Why you need to regroup? I needed to regroup. Remember that we regroup because we only have 2 left over and we have 3 classes. So 110 cannot be shared among 3 groups without regrouping.
I'm thinking because I need to put it equal.
That's right. You need to have it equally. Excellent, Rebecca.
That is 1 class or 3 classes.
Excellent. That is the answer. Because 110, remember, it cannot be shared equally. So it's missing 1. So can be shared among the 3 classes or among the 3 groups. Classes or group without regrouping. That is the answer. That's why we need to regroup in step letter number C.
Copy all that.
Yes, copy this in your notebook. Everybody should in your book, sorry. Dani, Santiago Hernandez, Camila, do you have any problem with your video?
I finished.
Finished. Okay, number 2, how you can use base 10 blocks to find a quotient of 92 divided by 4 class. This is another division, 92 divided by 4. How can we use the 10 blocks? How many groups can we create? We're gonna have 4 groups. In 92, we can regroup as 9 tenths and 2 ones. So let's write this answer.
Have 92 92 tenths or 4 tenths.
We're gonna have, we can model the 92 as 9 tenths. Remember that number 9 is on the tens according to the place value share. And the 2 ones that we have, the 2 ones. 2 it's on the ones and 9 on the tens. If we have another number, it can be in the hundreds. But in this case, we only have tens and ones. Then what is going to happen? Ensure down. Okay, I can share the 10, the 9 tenths among how many groups? Among the 4 groups, remember? 92 divided by 4, so it means that we're gonna have 4 groups. 4 groups. So I can share the 9 tenths among the 4 groups. Now, if we give, I'm going to make the representation here so you can understand this part. I have the 92 divided by 4, so I share 4 groups. 1, 2, I have 3 and 4 groups. And I say that I can have 9 tenths, so 10 base blocks. So let's draw here, like this is 10. I'm going to draw 9.
So this means
Yes, you can draw it also. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I have the 9 tenths and 2 ones. I'm going to draw also the 2 ones. So 1 and 2 ones. I have my 92 represented here using this model. The 4 groups and the 9 tenths and 2 ones. Now it says I can share the 9 tenths among the 4 groups. So I'm going to start putting one by one class. So I'm going to share this 10. I'm going to share 10 number 1, 10 number 2, 10 number 3, and 10 number 4. I can continue, right? Because I have 4, but here I have 9. So I can give one more to each group. I give 2, 2, 2, so now I have 8. I share 8 class. It's missing 1. So what happened with the one that it's missing? I'm not going to share that. That's right. So it says I can share 9 tenths among the 4 groups. Let's continue writing information. I will have how many tenths in each group? I will have 2 class. You have 2 in each group. So I will have 2 tenths in each group. We have 2 tenths in each group. And 1 tenth left over. Remember, 1 tenth is left over. You don't have a space?
No.
Try to use a notebook, so class, or because that's important that you write it and you represent this information. So you understand why we have 2 in each of these and 1 left over. Now, that is the first part. We have to write more information. Remember, we share 1 by 1. 1, 1. So we have 8 and 1 is left over. This might be left over. This one. 1 left over and the 2 1. So now what we need to do, class, we need to regroup the 1, this 1 10 as 10 ones. So we continue, we say, and I can regroup the 1 10 left over as 10 ones.
Miss,
Mhm.
Miss, copy all that.
Yes, copy this.
No.
So we combine the 10 ones and the 2 ones. Remember that we have 2 ones more. The 10 ones now and the 2 ones. So we are going to have 12 ones. So we are going to share that 12 ones that now we have 12, not just 2, we have 12 ones among the 4 groups. Now these 4 groups. So we start giving this. We have to share this. Let me use another color. This one. This 10, here we have 10. 10, and here we have 2. So this 12 in total, we have 12. This 12, we're going to share one by one in this. So we start giving 1, 1. So we have 2, 3. We need to share 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can continue. 9, 10, 11, and 12. How many ones we give it to each group, class? How many ones we share in each group? 3, that's right. So I will have 3 ones in each group.
No.
It's a long answer, class, this one. So I will have 3 ones in each group. So now, yes, let's write the complete answer now. So here I'm going to write the answer. So the 92 divided by 4, 92 divided by 4 is equally to what? What is the answer of 92 divided by 4? What is going to be?
Miss, we have to write the circles.
Yes, if you have a space, you can write it down, class, because you know why you are writing in your book all these answers. So this is like the representation of the answer using the base blocks, the base 10 blocks. So now we say the answer is gonna be that how many do we have in each group? So how many 10s do you have in each group? How many 10s? We have 2 10s and how many ones?
3.
3. So what is the answer? If we have 2 10s and 3 ones.
5.
5 is the answer. No, class. It's gonna be 23. 23 is the answer. Remember, why 23? Because we have 2 10s, so we write the 2 10s and the 3 ones. So 23 is the answer. Is the answer of the division 92 divided by 4. It's equally to 23.
Miss,
Yes.
así que cuando vaya a dividir eso, tocar todo eso para ahora poner 23.
That is the answer. 23 is the answer. This is just like the steps that we follow in this answer number 2. We have all the steps, but the answer of 92 divided by 4 is 23. Yes, copy this in your book, class.
Tenía que hacerlo para que me dé 23.
Yes.
Yo dije, ¿por qué no mejor hubiéramos hecho?
Okay, this is because it's the representation, Khaled. Don't worry, later you're going to have a more way to solve this. Now I'm going to take the attendance class. Let me take the attendance.
Dos de 10 en cada grupo y 3 ones in each group.
That's right, Khalid. Right now it's the introduction. Later you're going to see that it's easier and you don't have to write all this information. Now, Ana, Andrea, and Camila. No, not here. Gabriela, Isabel, and Kiara.
Present.
No, just Gabriela. Okay, thank you. Lucia, Mia, and Rebecca.
Present, Gabriela.
Present.
Okay, Mia and Rebecca. Thank you. Rosa, Valerie, and Sia.
Present.
Valerie not here. Sia no. Okay. Alberto, Danny, and Fernando.
Present.
Present.
Hermes, Joshua, and Khaled.
Present.
Joshua not here. Marcelo, Santiago Hernandez, and Santiago Chavez.
Present.
Marcelo, thank you. Santiago Hernandez. Santiago Chavez.
Present.
No, here, Santiago Hernandez. Okay. Remember to say present, class, if you are connected, because that means that you were connected today in class. Now, any question, class? We don't have too much time to continue with next page, but tomorrow we're going to continue with the next page of making connections that you're going to see, Colette, that it's easier, the method with regrouping, but we need to follow the same step that we followed today, but with the representation, no, in a different way, not using these 10 blocks. Yes. Okay, if they're finished, show me your book, class. Show me your book before you disconnect. Show me your book. Remember, in math, you don't have homework, but you need to review to study the tables every single day, class. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Rosa. You can disconnect. You're dismissed. Thank you, Marcelo. Kiara, excellent. Bye-bye, Khaled.
Bye.
Thank you, Lucia. Bye-bye.
Bye, Nia.
Bye. See you next class.
Bye. 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 Bye.